What's up, squad? This is Brandon from the Bantu Sun. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, less than a year, less than a year into since the inauguration for President Trump's second term, and he has turned this world upside down on its head. It's out with the old, in with the new. It's a new day. Let's start with Venezuela. So, previously, there was contestation coming from Venezuela, where President Trump removed Nicolas Maduro and his VP came on board. And initially, the VP said, we're going to resist the empire, etc. But now it's a lot more of a conciliatory term. America has threatened to embargo or basically blockade Venezuela. That means Venezuela lives off its oil money. Venezuela can't, which was already in a declining industry. But when Venezuela can't send their ships out, they can't pay off the cronies. You can't pay off the cronies, revolution starts. So the administration, under immense pressure, has decided to concede, and now they're starting to have a lot more of a conciliatory term. I just read in an article that they're starting to release political prisoners in Venezuela as well. What that's going to do is it's going to water down the current power structure as well. So this is an interesting way. Previously, when the head of a state was removed, the invaders would go and replace the entire leadership echelon. This time they only removed one person, and America felt, at least the Trump administration felt comfortable enough with the remnants to say we can work with them, we can make a deal with them. Even next door, President Petro of Colombia, he's already said he made a call to President Trump. He has been one of the president's most ardent opponents in the international realm, at least in Latin America. And now he's talking to Trump. Why? Because Trump scared the heebie-jeebies out of him. Not only was taking Maduro revolutionizing Venezuela in their mindset, but it also changed the mindset of Colombian leadership because they know President Trump will take immediate drastic action with little to no concern for the international community or for international norms. After President Trump taking down the leader of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, former President Nicolas Maduro, he turns around and his administration say, hey, Greenland, we have not forgot about you, Greenland. President Trump, in his words, said, we're going to get Greenland. We, the United States, are going to get Greenland one way or another. Now, of course, there's been some speaking heads in Europe that has came out and say, hey, we're going to defend Greenland. But everybody knows that this is going to be relatively empty. This is wolf tickets. There's no way Europe is in a position, for this reason or that, to defend Greenland from the United States, let alone Denmark. They basically said they will confiscate American bases within Europe. They said that NATO will be dissolved, but NATO was just as big a benefactor for Europe as it is for the United States, because now it'll be Europe fighting that Ukraine war against Russia alone. And frankly, I don't think the Europeans are mentally up to that task at the moment. So basically, Europe has two options. It can go forward, right? What's going to happen to Greenland? It's already too late. That's going to be up to the Trump administration because just like Venezuela, if they can't stop them, I don't know how they expect to maintain them. They can only try to make the best deal that they have available for themselves right now. Now, Europe can use this as an opportunity to be more cohesive and build a stronger Europe that focus on things that matter. It's many stories that's coming out of Europe, how Europeans have basically neutered themselves, whether it's coming from military or from their energy. And that's what President Trump is saying. He's saying he has no faith in Europe. No faith in Europe as a security partner of the United States, or else he will put the basis of American defense in Western Europe. He believes that the basis for American defense, he is America first. The basis for American defense is America, for the United States. And if it's not in the realm of the United States, it doesn't matter. So he's going to secure the world's largest oil reserve in Venezuela, and he's going to secure the northeastern corner of the North American tectonic plate, which is centered to ship lanes as well as missile routes and air routes along the Arctic as well as Northern Europe, Eurasia. So he is not trying to bargain as far as omitting Greenland from his administration. That is President Trump. He said Greenland is essential and it's imperative for the United States to have. And Europe needs to say, are we going to rise above and figure out what boards, what plays on the boards we have left to play to make us a stronger continent or a stronger Europe Union together? Or are we just simply going to be a buffer state that get caught between the United States to the west and Soviet Union to the east, and what may comes happens? So he's really put Europe in a tough spot, but Europe has put themselves in a tough spot as the world, as Trump has threw the world back into a realm or slapped the world back into a realm of reality and real politics. So you have those two things going on at the international stage, and it's unfortunately there was just an incident domestically where a lady was killed by ICE agents. And this brings to light something that Americans really have no problem with authoritarianism. They just have a problem with who's going to be the authoritarian, a leftist or a rightist, a nationalist or a socialist, etc. Every election, America has no problem with politicians at a federal level stepping out and saying that they're going to do this, this, and this, and they're going to oppose this, not only on themselves, but on the opposing side. I didn't say they're coming out for the local elections. They call the local elections midterms. Americans look past their local leadership. They look past local autonomy, and they invest heavily in the presidential election, right? The turnout's always stronger in the presidential election years than there are in midterm years. And this is because Americans by nature are authoritarian. They're subject to the basically what you have this demigod, like someone that can come on stage, sweep people up, and they feel like they're winning, which is Trump is what they said he was going to bring to the American public, and they have no problem. Like I said, it's only a matter of is it their guy that's being authoritarian or the other team that's being authoritarian. When the Democrats is in charge, they have no problem that the president is authoritarian, and the acts he take, they defend him wholeheartedly. And when the president's Republican, and Republicans have no problem with his authoritarianism, they'll defend him vigorously. So that's never been an issue. And the reason why this matters is Americans vote for these people, and they have this muscular military, and they promote it internationally. Americans, are they really that sad that Donald Trump went and just disposed the head of a Venezuela country? If they really cared about democracy or freedom, wouldn't they be in the streets in solidarity with Venezuela? And it's not to say whether Maduro was a good or bad leader. That's absolutely irrelevant. But what they have done is they set a precedent that this is okay. And when you have this muscular performance, whether that's in Venezuela or Iraq or Afghanistan, it doesn't matter. You can't elect this type of leadership and not expect this type of leadership to affect you locally. As Malcolm X said, chickens coming home to roost. And what you see here is Americans voted for authoritarian president to remove or comb out a portion of the population they saw as unfit because they deemed them to be illegal, despite their investments within the country. And of course, military men in local situations, they do what they do best. They're checking papers, they're pulling cars to the side, they're surrounding people, and you have a situation where this lady basically came in encounter with one of these or a few of these ICE agents. She seemed to try to pull off. They took it threateningly, as if she was trying to run one over. And he took his gun out and he killed this lady. And what does the state do? I've already seen a representative get up, and they called this woman, this mother of three that they killed. They called her a domestic terrorist. A domestic terrorist. They didn't say, this was an unfortunate, tragic situation because we have an American citizens. There was a lot of confusion. Some sides acted hastily, and the worst outcome. They came out full force behind the police state. They came out full force behind the authoritarian or the bureaucrat with the gun. And they said the woman is a domestic terrorist. So you can't expect to have this muscular posture internationally and not see that in your front yard domestically. So we have a president who has no problem dragooning, kidnapping world leaders, no problem taking territory from allies. His administration believes that laws are niceties and has no problem putting federal troops on local ground to basically, for lack of a better phrasing, purge the local population. So all I can say is, America, good luck getting this guy out of office. Good luck getting this guy out of office. But we'll see how this play out as far as the remaining years of his presidency, if they're that, because Donald Trump, he is building up a wartime economy. I just saw him come down heavy on the defense industries because he said they're not pumping out enough metal fast enough. These guys don't got us ready to go to get a war to get at it. Like, they want Greenland for security and economic reasons. But Greenland is very pivotal when it comes to defensive reason. This he is getting America first, and he's getting ready America first to make moves at home and abroad. So let me know your comments. I'm really interested in what you guys got to say. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And until next time, take care. Bad to up.